Hello there. My name is MGTOW, the cat. As I have been observing humans since I was a kitten, I am now the world's foremost expert on you poor fur-less and clueless creatures. And I must tell you, it's a mess. A big mess. A dumpster fire of a mess. Thank goodness I am here to guide you through the cesspool within a minefield that is modern relationships, dating, marriage, and divorce. Okay, so you're a 10. That don't impress men much. If you ask a woman to rate herself, she will usually say 10. However, if that were true, then 10s are a dime a dozen. And being a 10 wouldn't mean anything. But what is she actually rating? She is rating external physical things. Her physical beauty, her job, her house, her car, her makeup, her designer clothes, her designer bag, and her bank account. She rates herself on these things because that is what she wants from a relationship, so she thinks men want the same thing. The problem is that they mistake all of these physical things, especially their body, with sexual attractiveness. You see, a man uses a completely different system of rating women. He is not that interested in these physical things. He can be temporarily distracted with them if he doesn't consider the woman as a potential life partner, but he is not actually interested in them. What interests him are a woman's qualities of character and personality. Let me pass you over to Stephanie Lang, who explained this quite well. For a human.
Social media content creator Alicia McCarville went viral a few years back when she posted this video of herself and her husband to TikTok. At the time, loads of people were doing videos similar to this one. She probably thought it was cute, a little bit of fun. But this innocent little video made the internet lose its damn mind. People simply could not believe that a man as fit and handsome as Scott, her husband, could possibly find Alicia attractive, let alone marry her. Rich or famous man goes for a woman who we deem to be less attractive, less rich, or less famous. We are left confused. People are shocked. It's an injustice. Like in the instance of power star Omari Hardwick and his choice of wife in publicist Jennifer Fauch. Not only was Jennifer not rich, not famous, but she was also ugly as fuck, if you believe her detractors. Then you've got Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin, for example. The Justin Bieber fandom was horrified when he married Hailey. Here's Justin, a good-looking, rich, talented male, and Hailey, who was somewhat less rich and less famous, but not by much, mind you. She's ugly, the internet fumed. He deserves better than her. He clearly only married her to get back at his ex Selena. He couldn't possibly be in love with her. Then the fact that Pierce Brosnan, aka James Bond, has dared to not divorce his wife of 22 years because she has put on weight, had 2 children, and has the nerve to look a little bit older now at the age of 60 than she did when she married him at the age of 37, has really upset the internet. One Twitter user went as far as to use Keeley and Pierce as fodder for a meme, which stated that this was the reason that no one should get married. Despite the fact that people seem to think that Keeley is not attractive enough to be married to James Bond, strangely enough, he seems to be absolutely besotted by her. He certainly doesn't think she's ugly or unattractive. In fact, he seems to be more in love with her now than when they got married. He said himself that he loves her curves. He thinks she's beautiful. I found a great woman in Keeley Shea. Not if I searched a million times over would I find one as good, is what he said. Then there's the Danish footballer Brian Laudrup, who dared marry Mette. People simply can't seem to understand how these two ended up together. They claim that Mette is ugly, yet clearly Brian doesn't think so, and he obviously likes her because they have been together for 36 years and have 2 daughters together. And then there's Cillian Murphy. I love Cillian Murphy. Irish guys. The furor surrounding Cillian Murphy's wife, of 20 years mind you, Yvonne McGuinness, was... She's ugly, the internet fumed. How dare Cillian find her attractive, let alone marry her? And I have to wonder, are we looking at the same woman? I know beauty is subjective and all, but I think she is so beautiful. Okay, so she's not Kim Kardashian or Megan Fox, but I see gorgeous cheekbones, soulful eyes, beautiful smile. I mean, just look at this woman's bone structure. I, for one, can definitely see how Cillian is attracted to her. Not to mention, like Cillian, Yvonne is a fellow creative. Yvonne is a classically trained visual artist who holds a master's degree from the Royal College of Art in London. Let's not be so quick to discount how attractive intelligence and creativity is in a person. Then there's Aaron Taylor Johnson. This one is a doozy for a multitude of reasons. His wife, Sam Taylor Johnson, really gets the internet's Nick is in a twist. Aaron's fans are furious that he chose her. They literally cannot understand why he would marry someone who they claim is not only older, I mean she is, but that she's also ugly. Now I am not going to get into the age gap here. Let's just say it's a big one, and there was definitely some kind of weird power dynamic at play when these two got together, but I digress. Calling Sam ugly is just plain incorrect. Physically, she's got great hair, a strong body, lovely cheekbones, great teeth, and sparkly eyes. If you ignore our current beauty standards for just one moment, you will see that actually she's very, very attractive. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, looks aren't important, looks don't matter. Of course looks matter. Being physically attracted to your partner is pretty important. And here's the real kicker. Some people don't determine what they find to be attractive in the opposite sex based on physical attributes at all. Some men really couldn't give a shit what color your hair is, or how big your nose is, or how flat your belly is, or how big your butt is. Believe it or not, some people are actually attracted to intelligence. Some might value humor or kindness, creativity, empathy. It's almost like there's more to women than what we look like.
I posted a simple transition video of me and my husband going from towels to dressed up together. This is not unlike what all kinds of different couples do on this app. My video went viral, and I know we all know why. It's because by beauty standards, we don't make sense. And since we don't add up, people try to add things to my side of the equation to make it make sense by saying things like, oh, she must not have been fat when they met, or oh, she's got to be rich. Or they try to decrease his side of the equation by saying things like, he must be gay, or he fetishes fat women. I get asked this question all the time. Do you get jealous when people hit on your husband? And my answer is always no. That's because when people typically slide into his DMs, they're leading with their body first. And on the scale of what my husband values, how well my body fits into the beauty standards is not on the top of his list. He values my humor and my commitment and my love and my caring heart. So when someone slides into his DMs leading with their body first, he's asking, but what else? Because he, like I, know that people's values don't lie in how well their bodies fit into society's trash beauty standards.
And if you guys need proof that looks aren't all that when it comes to a relationship, how many times have we seen women in the public eye who by all intents and purposes look about as perfect as a woman can look, who ends up with a partner who disrespects her, cheats on her, or leaves her? Sure, she was beautiful, but ultimately looks alone cannot carry a relationship. Look at Emily Ratajkowski, for example. Absolute stunner. Practically perfect in every physical way possible. Husband cheated. Angelina Jolie, one of the world's most beautiful women, cheated on. Victoria Beckham, cheated on. Kylie Jenner, also cheated on. Gwen Stefani, she got cheated on too. Being conventionally beautiful is great and all, but if that's all you have going for you, sorry, but that's going to get boring pretty quickly.
The reason why those women that you consider ugly or unattractive, or who don't fit the standard or societal ideals of beauty, often get the best men and get treated the best is because they have more to offer than looks. They have more to bring than just their bodies, and they have more to give than just their goodies.
This is why humans are multifaceted. We are so much more than our looks alone, which in today's day and age is great news. If you have been looking in the mirror and feeling down about yourself because you're like, I don't fit the beauty standard, I don't have a slim thick body, I'm not a size 0, take heart, my friend, because what makes you beautiful encompasses so much more than just your physical appearance. The thing that most people seem to forget is that you could be the most attractive person in a room, and yet not everyone in that room is going to find you attractive. Say there's 10 people in the room. 6 might think you're a babe, and then the other 4 might be like, she's not my type.
I think Michelle was the most attractive. How she looked, how she carried herself, and it just seems like someone that's going to live an exciting life, I guess you could say, or that you could have like a deep conversation with.
I think that Maria was the most attractive for me. It was just like her whole vibe, and like I liked how her hair was, how her makeup was done. Like she looked very nice.
It doesn't mean you're ugly, it just means that beauty is subjective. I know it sounds cliche, but beauty really is in the eye of the beholder. And what one person finds attractive, another might find ugly. Looking like Kendall Jenner or Megan Fox is not the only way to be attractive. These women look nothing like the quote-unquote hot girls of today, and yet their partners think they are the hottest women in the world. They may not fit society's standard of beauty, but they fit their husband's standard of beauty. And if that is not the very definition of beauty is in the eye of the beholder, then I don't know what is.
The real hard, brutal truth is that in the eyes of man, most women are not a 10. They're not even a 9 or an 8. They're not even average to cute, as Lewis Samuels used to say. He was just being too nice. They're not even a 0. No, they are -10. Women as a whole are so toxic and awful that men actively run away and hide from them. Men are not intimidated by women. They are repulsed by women. So when a woman asks the question, "Where are all the good men?" she is the answer. The sad and scary truth is that any woman can become a 10 in men's eyes at any time. All she has to do is be nicer. She doesn't even need to admit that she has been wrong. She can just persuade herself that she has become a better version of herself rather than a bitter version. And yet the woman who chooses this route is a unicorn. The vast majority refuse to make this change. And that is why these women will grow old alone, and they will have no one to blame but themselves. No doubt you have been amazed and delighted by my wise insights and brilliant observations and wish that you too could be as good. Well, you can't. You're not a cat. However, you can be the next best thing. Like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, so you don't miss out on the next pearls of wisdom I shall be posting.